Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the conclusion of today's episode of Roll20 Presents The Sprawl. I was thinking about this on the break. I love episodes like this. I love when we get to just kind of like do the thing, but doing the thing is like an excuse to just make up a bunch of new shit.
Yeah. Yeah, like just filling the data of the world with like canon information.
Next time we need to do a one shot of something, let's play Microscope.
What's that?
It's a game that's just about
it's just that.
What you just described. That's the whole game.
The whole game is just that.
Let's add that to the list of next time that we have a one shot,
well,
which I think is maybe 6 systems long now.
Yeah.
But it's just, yeah, I was just thinking about that and how that would be great.
Yeah, it would be very cool.
Okay, so I guess we're gonna cut back to the thing, the place where you're in the refugee camp. You are approaching you're approaching the
I'm approaching the elixir agent.
Yeah. Okay.
So Adam, I have a move. It's called Eye for Detail, which is you're a master at tailing people and staking out locations. When you perform surveillance on a person or a place, gain intel and roll assess. Is that just like specifically if I say like I'm surveilling this person, or is it like I am here?
Do you have the
yeah, I do.
Broadcast that.
Yeah.
We can all take a look.
There you go.
You perform surveillance. Okay. Gain intel and roll assess.
So would I have got intel for the last assess roll that I rolled?
No, because that was just assess. If you want to watch this, if you want to like play it cool and watch this person, then you can gain intel and you can assess them specifically. Like if you want to tail her around, or you can just go talk to her.
I'm just gonna talk to her, I think.
Okay.
So I walk up to her.
Okay, so she's in the middle of a conversation, and you'll have to like walk into their personal space to have that conversation, but that's okay.
I mean, I'm waiting for like a gap if I can get one, you know? Like if she's gonna get up and go to talk to someone else, I'm gonna intercept her during that, you know, period of time rather than like barge in and interrupt the thing that is happening now.
Okay. For folks watching at home, and I guess for the players as well, I'm updating a clock based on the narrative stuff that has happened so far. It's not because anyone failed a roll. Anyway, sorry. So yeah, so you like walk up and she's showing them a picture of an elixir apartment. Like it's the inside of a house and there's all this like nice furniture and like you can see in it, there's like some like expensive looking like kids toys on a nice like white rug, and there's a view of the harbor, of like the bay, so you can see the beautiful like all the ice and the big ships in the background. And she's showing it to them and talking about like about how like we're really working hard to place people in the most comfortable possible locations. We know that you're coming from a place where you're used to certain luxuries, and now that you're here in the megaplex, we want to make sure you feel at home. And then you like walk up and she kind of peters off, and they like the woman and the agent like both look up at you.
It's a very interesting thing, the Elixir project. I am interested to know whereabouts these apartments are located.
And she kind of like wrinkles her forehead at you, and she says, I'm sorry, we were just having a conversation.
I was just conning this pigeon. Can you go away?
And the woman that she was talking to was looking at you like, don't fuck me on this. Like you're about to ruin my opportunity. Like don't go away. Like she's looking at you like, please, like stop it. Stop.
And I put my hands up like,
I want my fancy house.
Apologies. Perhaps we could talk in just a moment when you are finished then, huh? And I like step back and wait.
Okay. Yeah,
and stare.
Sounds good. Okay. So she turns back and are you staying within like earshot, or like how far away do you go?
I don't go very far. This is like when she is done talking to this woman, I am going to have a conversation with her, like
okay.
Regardless of whether she does want it or not.
She she turns like apologetically to the woman as you're leaving. She's like, I'm so sorry. That was so rude. and starts to talk. And she puts her hand up and she's like, "Excuse me a second." And she just turns and like you see her put her like finger to her ear, like she like taps a earpiece or something. And then she goes right away back to having the conversation with the woman. And so they're finishing their conversation. What are you doing while they're talking?
I'm looking around at the rest of this place, seeing if there's anyone identifiably like similar to her doing the same thing within
it doesn't
eyeline.
look like this is a, like when I say tent, like it's big, right? It's like a not like a football field big, but big. You look around and at a glance you don't see anybody, and there's not really anyone else. And so you like your watch, and I think you notice the front like flap of the tent open, and two of those Freyr like security robots, like drones, like one of them pulls it open, the other one ducks underneath, the other one ducks under, and they're headed your way.
I'd like to declare contact.
Okay.
And that contact is going to be the Freyr operator who runs security in this place.
Nice. Okay. All right. What's that person about? What's their name?
I don't know. You usually, yeah, their name is Flamingo. Their name is whatever that guy for Freyr was named. I can't remember.
You want a random name?
Yeah, hit me up.
All right. Let's see here. His name is Max Norberg.
Max Norberg?
Yep.
All right. And the only reason I got into this secure refugee compound, you know, like concrete walls and security, is because I knew Max anyway, you know?
Well,
I've got private detective status.
Right. Okay. So we'll cut back to we flash back to you having a conversation with Max, and it's like he doesn't leave. He's an on-site he's technically like an IT guy. He's a technician.
Oh yeah,
drones,
yeah.
He's like, I think he's like, the drones run themselves. I'm here just in case, something goes wrong. So he's like a glorified repair guy, and he spends most of his time. Freyr has a little like tent for him, and it's just like him and one other guy that trade off shifts, and he spends most of his time in there just like watching TV and smoking cigarettes. But he does know what he's doing, and he does have some clout in the sense that he controls the drones. So we cut back to the two of you standing outside the facility. He's maybe on like smoke break, and he's like a tallish, kind of like early 20s, like Swedish guy, sort of sandy blonde hair, cut short on the sides. He's wearing his like Freyr uniform, and he's like smoking his e-cigarette, talking to you.
It's not going to be very difficult, Max. All you have to do is make sure that if there are any disturbances, non-violent, of course. I don't plan to do anything.
Roll. Let's have you roll, and then we'll see how this conversation plays.
Yeah, exactly. I wanted to ask
because you're bribing him anyway.
Yeah, basically. Style. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, you're hitting the street.
8.
Okay, and what you got to make some choices, right? It costs more, or
I do,
something.
yes. It's gonna take some time, unwanted attention. They need to help me out, or it's gonna cost me extra.
So it costs one credit. It'll cost you another one if you choose the extra.
Yeah.
Taking some time. Let's flip that one and says it will only last a limited amount of time, right? He's like, you got 20 minutes, right? Like that'd be the flip side. It's not like the request is going to take time to put together. He's just like, I can only buy you so much time.
Or like, my shift's over in like half an hour, so
yeah, as long as I'm on shift, I'll keep the drone.
Then that's fine. We'll do that one.
Okay. So you have a limited amount of time. His help is going to run out.
And he probably wants me to help him with something too.
Okay. He needs you to help him out with something. What could you help him out with?
I mean, maybe, you know, violent American refugees are a problem when it comes to your workspace being in the same place that they are in.
Ooh,
you know?
no,
Thinks
no,
his
I know.
girlfriend is cheating on him.
No, I got a good one. I got a good one. Okay. So, oh, this is okay. All right.
Is it dirty?
It's a little dark.
Are you just about to hit me with like the big?
No. So here's what he wants. He does have a girlfriend. She's a refugee. She lives in the camp, and he's pretty sure that she's like, you know, fucking around on him, and he's been treating her so good, right? Like she's got the best bunk space. He makes sure there's always a drone looking after her, and this, you know, she's being a real fucking problem, and he needs you to, like, you know, you just go and remind her where her loyalties lie. And to like just put some pressure on so that he can be like, don't worry, baby, I got you. I'll protect you. He doesn't want to be the bad guy here, but he's pretty sure that she's like, you know,
like he wants me to be the bad guy so he can be the hero.
Right? Exactly. Just go and like be shitty to her, put some fear in her, and he'll be like, I'm gonna save you.
And then drone will show up and be like, you need to leave now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's a thing you need to do for this guy, and if you can't or you don't, then
okay,
you'll be pissed. So we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Man, why you gotta?
So
set
you're
me up
having
like
this
this,
conversation
Adam?
with this guy. So he's just smoking, and so what? Yeah, what did you say to him? You're like, it's not going to be a big deal. Like, what are you asking him for?
All I require is that you keep the drones away from me for the remainder of the time you're on shift.
And he's like, yeah, it's fine. You go in and look around all you want. The thing is, most of the time, my job is just using the drones to. He has some other like drone word for it, like the automated combat personnel, like the ACP, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, it's just my job to keep the ACP working and to keep these fucking savages from killing each other. God, they get into fights over anything. You wouldn't believe it. Like, if it was up to me, I would have sunk those ships before they even got here. But then I guess I'd be back working the old job, construction drones. Jesus. Call this a promotion.
This guy.
Your contact is a dick. He's a real
Listen,
asshole.
Max. Either you can help me or you can't.
He's like, yeah, if you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours, Katya. I just don't go in there and, you know, kill anybody. I got to clean up bodies. I'm going to need somebody to blame for it. And I can make some stuff go away, but this...
I am planning only to have a conversation with a few people. That's it.
He nods. He's like, it's fine. Nobody gives a fuck about these losers anyway.
Good.
A few of them disappear. Nobody's going to notice, but if a drone sees it, if one of the ACPs catches it on camera, it's my ass. So I'm doing this because we're friends, Katya, and because you're going to help me out.
Of course, Max. I will have a conversation with your lovely lady.
Yeah, and he scowls and like takes a long vape, and yeah, and it's some obnoxious flavor too, and he like breathes out this cloud of blue smoke out of his nostrils.
It's bubblegum flavor. It
Yeah,
smells like
totally
really sickly sweet.
Ugh.
Like
yeah, and he's like, yeah, good, because she's just about the only reason for me to keep doing this. I swear to God, you show these people a little bit of kindness, and then they just fuck you over. The first opportunity they get. No wonder their country went to shit. He like spits on the ground.
yes, that's all very interesting. And then I turned and like you know,
yeah,
fucking leave.
Right? Exactly. You're just like, I'm out. Fuck this.
I'm not down for his, you know, his YouTube video about why refugees are bad. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. You've had conversations with him before where he's like, listen, let me tell you about the state of what it's like.
Have you read my blog?
Do you know what
it's
it's
a
like?
blog about.
Do you have any idea what it's like to be a man in this country right now,
Yeah.
Katya? We have rights.
No, Max, why don't you tell me?
Whatever the cyberpunk equivalent of InfoWars is, he's all about that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Totally. Yep.
Well, the Americans are actually here as part of a...
Yeah, secret Zionist plot. So okay, we cut back to the present. And the drones come in, they see you, and I think we see their little, like, they have this like orange like alert visor so people know to stay away from them. Like they're like, we're not just patrolling, we're going somewhere. They walk in, take a few steps towards the girl, and the girl looks over and she sees them, and she doesn't smile, but you can see her body language change a little, like relief. Like she's like, oh good, this person's gonna be gone and not bother me. And then the visors blink a couple of times and then go green. They go back into like standard, like a standby mode, and they just kind of like walk past you. And one of the drones makes like a little like jerking off motion near its crotch as it walks by you. No one else seems to notice, but it does that.
I really enjoy that how Blades in the Dark what I just did felt.
It's good. It's great. I love it. Being able to respond to a current situation with like, oh, I would have prepared for this. Yeah. And so they just, the little robots just like walk by after this like lewd gesture.
And I stay there. This, you know, approximately 6 foot goth French woman waiting for this Elixir employee to be done with her conversation.
Now, because you rolled an 8, Lucio runs by, so you have to go and get him. You got to chase him before, and you can.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. I'll just get him. I'll just get. Hang on. Let me look. I'll just do it because I know everybody's
out of the way.
I know everybody's thinking it. Here we go. Okay. Rendezvous avec la mort.
All
good.
So you diffuse the robot situation, and you cut over to we'll cut back over to the mall where Broken Legs guy is screaming on the floor. So you have a moment. Let's get back to Drez. What are you doing? You're still in their system.
I make sure like I think since I'm already in the security of this bit, like he's screaming and people are like running out of the room. But the automated alerts where they like press the panic buttons on the wall are just being like, nah, it's fine. It's totally fine. I'll just be like, no, let's just turn those off for a minute. We don't want any backup. We don't need trouble.
You reprogram the internal speakers to play like sad trumpet when they press the panic button.
Yeah.
Like they're screaming and like blood dripping under the door, and then there's like a guy on the other side of the door who's just like hitting the button, and it's like wham, wham. It's just like, oh no.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I'll spend a hold on that.
Yeah. So what do you want to do?
All right. So we'll spend a hold on that because that's subverting like their call for help part of security.
Sure.
I need to scrape this database.
Yeah. So you need to manipulate the system.
I do. Yes. Which is a separate move. Which I believe uses a different stat. I think that might be synth as opposed to. Sorry, I'll get used to these.
Yeah, it's okay. It's the first hacking that we've seen, so it's all good.
Okay, yes, this is synth instead. And I'm manipulating the system again.
Okay.
Oh, I'm not hacking security, so I don't have the +1 from lockdown because they are distinct programs, which I will buy soon. Doesn't even fucking matter. I've still got 12.
Nuked. Fuck you, computers. Okay.
Fucking wrecked.
Yeah, Jesus, Drez, stop all the downloading.
Sorry, in this portion of the operation, we roll only 10 ups. I know that over where Elf's at, the dice aren't, you do, but it's Elixir dice. They just always roll 10 up.
Yep.
Every time.
Okay, so, yeah, I think the only things I really want to do with my hold here.
Yeah, you have 3 hold over the subsystem you're manipulating, and a database database subsystem contains data. You can create, edit, or delete records with one of your hold. You can delete backups with a hold. You can delete or edit access logs with a hold. You can search for pay data with a hold. And then this system can trigger or cancel an alert, which you've done. You've canceled the physical alerts. I think the system does have some like inbuilt ice in its root. So if you want to spend one of your hold from the other move to block the ice from forming, you can do that now.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
I think that's what you see is you see the pond as you see its ripples and like you're summoning up all the treasures of its data. A thin layer of frost starts to form over the top of it. And then you can just be like, yeah, you can just turn on the heat and use one of your other hold.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'll spend one of those hold there. The thing is, which we haven't talked about, I actually have 4 hold on each of these successes because I have programming on the fly as my ability.
Because you're a monster.
Yes, I have. My claws are so deep in this particular building's subsystems. It's crazy.
It's interesting.
So-
This is a rule, just as like a game, cyberpunk game aside. This is a rule, this like programming on the fly thing that's been in Shadowrun forever, but people always forget about, that you can just like code your own programs as you go. And it's like, this is we cut back to D-Res and he's like fingers just fucking flying on the keyboard and there's green text on a black screen as he rewrites the program as he's using it.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, you get that extra hold. So you adapt your program to, counter.
Yeah, so
And
I've still
if I
got.
may,
Okay.
we definitely want to erase these people from the database because we're trying to steal them back from Elixir, right?
Yeah, that's a good show. I was gonna use it on you specifically, but if we want to do it on him as well, that's fine. I've got 4 hold again to manipulate the thing that isn't security as well. So I have.
Yeah, we just want to pluck
just to
all
keep-
of these refugee people out of their database and into
Yeah.
our clutches, right?
Yeah, so just to keep track of things, I have 1 hold left on the security subsystems,
Okay.
and I have 4 hold on
Yes.
manipulating the database.
Okay.
First thing I go about doing is scraping it for all the data, which I think is what I want. And it will be a separate one for then deleting them.
Yes. Yeah. So what you're looking at here is copying all of the records and then deleting them.
Yep.
So that's 2. And then what do you want to do?
I also want to search for pay data,
Okay. All right.
like other valuable clients that have come through here that we can sell on later.
Sure. Yeah, go for it. It's
do I
a
get any
mind. It's a
bonuses
mind
for-
roll when you search for pay data.
Yeah, I'm just looking. Do I have anything that affects that? No, I don't have sift. Oh wow! I just realised with console cowboy as well. In case I need more than 4 hold on any subsystem, I can use the hold from there as well.
Mother of God.
Jesus, what the faith? Faith.
I don't think I have any forward to this. So let's search for some pay data. Yep, nope, it's totally fine. It's all mine. Only 10s and above. Only ever 10s and above.
Wow, Dave. This is going to come back at you where it's just going to be like nothing but fails on all the rolls from now on.
Okay,
Oh, yeah,
so
for sure.
you on a 10 plus, when you hit the street to sell it and roll a 7 and 9, choose 1 fewer result. So just make a note somewhere that later when you hit the street to sell this pay data. So you're just like, yeah, just scarfing down their data, just pulling all the personal information out of their marketing database for this project. And then you flip the switch, throw it all in the trash after you have your copy.
Selling it later. Okay, cool.
Okay, so you searched for pay data, copied the records, deleted the records. You got 1 more hold for the database.
I say like over comms to relay. I'm like, are you ready to get out of here? Because you can be gone as well. Just a few more keystrokes. Got anything else to do?
Do we know where they're like where they actually do the implanting of the people?
Not yet, no.
No, I don't think that's part of this system. Adam said it's just the 2. It's the database and the security so far. So I don't have access to.
Yeah, that would
further.
require a deeper look, a more intensive hack, and some other angling.
Can you provide me with the names that you found? Is that a thing that you would be doing right now, like sending
Yeah,
a
He can
message?
dump the whole database to you. It hasn't been like
Yep. I've just taken the whole thing.
hasn't been processed at all.
And it doesn't look like I've touched it either. It's just like, yeah, we just whatever.
Yeah.
And the other subsystems as part of the database that I can access?
Your
Let me look on
routines, the routines you can do are create, edit, or delete backups, delete or edit access logs, search for pay data.
Oh,
So you can cover your tracks by deleting the access logs, right?
yes, that's a good shout. Because I have extra hold to spend and I'm just going to back out of the system afterwards, I'm just going to be like, do you see anything you like in here? I mean, those body parts you were asking about, they can be yours. All you have to do is ask nicely.
All I have to do is take the hunted tag with another mega corporation.
Yeah, I'm thinking I might just spend an extra hold, get another hold over this particular subsystem instead of my console cowboy one, and just be like, yeah, edit the log, make you the owner of one of these things, just give them to you, just steal it.
But then they'd be the only person in the system because you've deleted everybody else.
Well, they've still got some clients. They just don't have the refugee clients.
Oh, no, but you don't know the difference. It doesn't say on it refugee, right? Like,
yeah,
you've just pulled the raw data. You haven't had a chance to look through it.
You took all the data and then wiped everything, which is still the correct move because we want to permanently destroy the project's ability to function.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could just do this like before I hit the delete on everybody. It'll create a temporary thing, give you ownership, open up the display case so you can reach it with your hands, and then just be like, okay, delete. You're never here. Nobody was ever here.
I'm not that materialistic. I don't need this crap. I just want to get out. The main thing that Relay wants to do now is escape. And so yeah, when I come out of that guy's brain and my little cord whips back into my neck, I motion to Sleeper to just like put his knife away.
Yeah, he just...
and then I just say, it's time that we leave.
And he looks at the guy like wriggling around on the floor, and then looks at you like, are we taking this guy with us or just leaving him here?
He's fine right there.
Okay.
I'm very upset by the sight of all the blood, and I like start acting like I'm a distressed.
Sleeper picks you up.
Yeah, totally. Great. So yeah, I'm just like
freaking
out. Yeah. And he carries me out, and that's gonna be our cover.
I mean, you're gonna have to do the thing. You have to act under pressure, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll act under pressure from this loud motorcycle that's going by my neighborhood.
Cool.
All right. I'll act under pressure. I get a 9.
Okay.
Can I help?
How?
So the pressure here is like getting out without looking like.
The pressure here is like just looking like someone who wants to bail, not like someone who caused this problem.
Yeah, like we're evacuating and we want to avoid.
Oh, well, I can totally help with that if I would. I'd like make one of the display machines like vendor cars. This is a distraction so that the poor crying child is just nothing. It's just they're clearly not a part of it. They're not even in the same part of the building.
So the only system you have access to right now is the database in this one room.
There's a clear answer here, which is that there is a move that lets you help people in the way that you're trying to help me. It's just whether or not you have it. So tech support, when you help a team member while jacked into the matrix, roll mine instead of links. Oh. So that implies then that he is able to help while jacked into the matrix. Okay, never mind.
I just need to describe how. And if I don't have access to the physics of the building, I don't.
Yeah, no, you definitely don't have access to the mole's systems. That would, there would have been lots more ice in that case.
Okay, that makes sense. That's fine.
Anyways, I'm happy to roll with the 7 and 9 result and see what Adam.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think that you get away, but not like unnoticed. Like you're on footage somewhere. Like they won't pursue you now, but definitely there's been some attention.
I mean, we're gonna upload the stream of the entire experience as well into the net, so that's fine with me.
Okay, so if you get away, that just leaves me to need to. I take it since that's a failure on that roll, I can't delete those logs.
Right. Well, and it's a different system. It's the mole security, not this kiosk. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. With my extra hold then, actually, I'll delete the access logs that I've made, so it doesn't look like anybody's touched the system. There's just been a flaw, and it's all got deleted, which is fine. And then I'll try and jack out
Okay.
Do I need to roll if I'm doing it not under pressure?
No, yeah,
or-
you just stop. You just disconnect.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, let's cut back to Katya. So yeah, this woman stops talking to the family. You see the woman type some stuff into the pad, and then the elixir employee like nods and like pats her on the back and gives her this like, yeah, see, everything's gonna be okay. And then she stands up and looks nervously at you, like she hopes that you don't notice that she's done.
I notice, and I engage her once more.
Okay.
Saying, so personally, how many sales would you call that from here?
She looks at you and she's like, I'm sorry, what?
Your package, you know, the elixir life package.
She says, we're just trying to help people get on their feet. I don't know what your problem is. And she like kind of tries to get past you. Like, you're rude and making me upset. Please move.
I just walk. If she's walking, I just walk with her.
Yeah. If you let her get past you, like you're blocking her route out to the main little like area that lets you
if
out.
she's trying to like leave, I like step aside, let her walk through, and walk with her.
Follow her out. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sure.
I'm not really sure what you are interpreting as a problem here. I'm just asking some questions about a thing you are trying to sell. As far as I'm aware, you don't want another customer? That's fine.
She looks at you and she's like, sorry. And then like kind of like turns away. Like she's really like awkward and like scared you're going to do something. And like the security forces are ignoring her. So she thinks you're going to like try to stab her or something. So she's just trying to get away from you as politely as possible.
I am insistent, if nothing else.
Okay.
And I say, look, let me cut to the chase. Basically, I have a friend who used to live in this place, and now they are gone. You know, disappeared. Your company has been pulling a great number of people from Sanctuary Abraham. Recently, some people from America that just arrived. I'm looking for where perhaps I might be able to find them now. You know, which archaeology they are being relocated to.
Why don't you roll to fast talker? Because I mean, you're like bullshitting her, right?
Mm-hmm. 9.
Okay. All right. So there's some options here. The MC will advance the appropriate countdown clock. Okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah. So she nods and she says, to you, yes. Well, see, this is the thing. Sometimes when people achieve the level of luxury that they desire, it can be hard for them to interact with their less fortunate friends. If you knew someone from the camp who's part of our program, and you can see she's like awkwardly trying to like, and now her awkwardness isn't about her. She's like, oh God, I'm going to say something that's going to embarrass you. And she's like, you know, they might have moved on.
It's really not a very difficult question. I say, like, cutting through the what would you call it? Sort of pleasant that I have been up until this point, patient and pleasant. I get to this like direct line of questioning. I just go, it's really not a very difficult question.
And what did you want her to
Tell
tell
me
you?
whereabouts people who are coming from here are being relocated to.
She shakes her head and she says, "Well, anywhere they want. That's the great thing about the project. If you want to live."
Surely Elixir has some bank of apartments somewhere that are all out of a catalog that you are getting them to choose.
We own property everywhere, and if people are willing to do the work, then they're entitled to choose where they live. I don't have information on where everyone has gone. I hope you find your friend, but even if I knew, I couldn't tell you. That's confidential information. And you can tell that like she's not trying to like block you. She's just regurgitating like the business. Yeah, she wants to help, so you'll stop scaring her.
Well, as a customer representative, you have been profoundly fucking useless. And I turn and head back into the camp.
Okay.
Because I have to deal with a girlfriend or whatever now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, she's told you that like she's confirmed, I guess, at least that you don't have like a specific single place to look. That
they're gonna be all over,
Yeah,
and that in itself is information for me, so
Totally.
it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So you head back inside.
Yeah, because I have to go and talk to Max's
Yeah. Let me get a name for this
girl.
Let me get a name for this girl. Max's girlfriend. Her name is Maya Martinez.
Maya Martinez.
Okay. So, yeah.
So assuming I've been informed as to her bunk space, I go there
Mhm.
looking for her.
Yeah, sure. You find her. Yeah, you know, because he told you. He was like, "This is where she's at." And so she's just sitting on her cot, trying to.
Is there like a security drone like posted near her?
Yes. Yeah, of course.
Okay.
She's on her cot. There's a bunch of other people around, like living their lives, and she's lying there, and she's got like a really chunky, Hasty Mart e-reader. It's got the green and white Hasty Mart logo on the back, and every few seconds, it'll like say something in like kind of loud, sort of tinny, like water damaged electronic Spanish, like advertising a Hasty Mart product, like every 30 or 40 seconds.
Okay.
And I think that as you walk up, it's just finished advertising something, and she like says something annoyed in Spanish and like turns it off, and like stows it under her bunk, and then looks up as you approach. She's like young, like probably like 18 or 19, and she's pretty, and she looks tired. She's wearing a flannel button-up shirt, pair of jeans, high tops. She's underdressed for the outside weather, but it's hot in here, so she doesn't seem to own a coat anyway. Like there's a duffel bag under her cot. But
So what exactly gets you such good billing, huh? Sitting here in this, what I would consider to be good real estate in this place.
she looks at you and she's like, "What?"
It's fucking favoritism is what it is. And I like approach her aggressively.
Yeah, she tries to back away from you.
I'm like posturing as if I'm gonna like grab her or like hit her in some way.
Yeah, you're just gonna go up to her and like
threaten her.
threaten her for no apparent reason. Okay, I mean,
well,
for
it's
some
one of those
reason,
things. It's like
I don't
it's
like
a
your
violent,
face.
it's a violent, volatile refugee camp, and you have a good bunk, and I want it.
Okay. And what do you want her to? How do you want her to respond?
I'm not looking for a response from her. I don't care what her response is. I'm looking for a response from the drone.
Okay.
Like whether she's scared or not is indifferent to me. If she's small and young and generally, you know, like the kind of person that Max would like, I guarantee you, I can beat her in a fist fight if it comes to it, you know, like.
Yeah. I guess that's the thing. Like you like take a step towards her, and I think she pulls a knife on you. I think she like pulls a switchblade and like points it at you, and she's like, "Back the fuck up," and like gives you this look like, "I'm not scared of you."
And I just laugh at the blade stuck in my face, and I'm like, "Girl, you have no idea what you're doing. And you will continue to have no idea what you're doing unless you listen very carefully to what I have to tell you. Are you listening?"
And yeah, she's like staring at you, and you can see, I think we see in the reflection of her eyes, because these big watery brown eyes, you can see the drone, the like with its red like alert mask on, like walking towards you. You can hear it zoop, 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 like coming up behind you. Yeah, but you have a second if you want to say something to her. Or if you just want to wait. And
Can the drone hear me?
Not yet.
From here.
Not if you're quiet.
Not from here?
These things are old and junky.
See, I thought it was close enough that it would see this exchange.
Oh,
or
it
like
can.
Hear it.
Yes, yeah, it can.
But it can't hear
it.
It
Can't hear
okay.
you. Yeah, it's on its way over, but these things are mostly visual. They're like.
So I'm gonna make a motion to like slap the knife out of her hand, basically. Like she's holding a knife like pointed out towards me. My basic plan is to just like disarm her.
Okay.
But not make any aggressive move like further. It's posturing, but it's not like I'm trying to hurt her. And just go. If you know what's good for you, you will not be getting back with that security fellow. Play nice, but get out of here as soon as possible.
And yeah, this is when the drone. I guess you have to. She's tough, and you're getting up in her shit, and you like go to swat the knife out of the way. So I think you do have to act under pressure.
All right.
She's not maybe not the pushover you expected.
That's okay. Shit.
Classic elf.
Classic elf.
Okay. All right.
She's a pushover. I can totally take her in a fight. It's no problem. Cut to getting stabbed by.
See, I don't think she stabs you. Like she's not trying to kill you, but you make a move towards her, and she just like lunges out, and I think she sticks you with the knife.
Okay. Well, instead of like smacking it out of her hand, I get stabbed.
Yes. Yeah.
And I grab her shoulder and like pull her in close.
Well, let's make the harm move. You're only gonna take one harm, right? Because it's just like a short knife.
Here comes the fucking me losing my arm on this character. Harm
spraying
move.
blood everywhere.
Here it comes. Just watch. It should be +1. Yeah, I managed to fucking roll a 11 on my harm move. This is fucking stupid as hell. Oh, I'm so mad. You have no idea.
Do you have any armor or armored clothing?
I have 2 armor. Or 1 armor, actually, so she couldn't even hurt me. It would be 0.
She does you 0 harm, but you still rolled a 10.
Okay, well, 10 then.
Okay. So you can just take 1 harm, right? As the 10 plus, right?
Okay, all right. Yeah. So I just take 1 harm then.
Yeah. So she just, like, instinctively just kind of, like, lunges at you with the knife, and you cut your hand, I think. And she at her initial reaction is like, oh, shit, like... You know, she just like stabbed a person.
And then instead of backing off, I just grab her arm and pull her closer so I can be like, don't fucking talk to him, you know?
Yeah, I feel like... So there's a risk here she's going to stab you again if you try to like get close to her. Like you can say what you want. You're at a distance. She's listening to you. But yeah, I think if you threaten her again, like her panic, her like, oh God, I stabbed you, immediately gets replaced with the adrenaline of like, I might have to stab you again. Like she's got you at her back, but she's listening. She's paying very close attention to you.
God, I'm trying to fucking help her.
I know.
Here.
Yeah, she doesn't know that.
Yeah.
She just knows that you're all threatening.
All right, fine then. I don't fucking touch her. I cut and she goes, oh shit. And I go, bitch, if you know what is any good for you, you will get the fuck out of here as quickly as possible. Do not talk to Max again.
Yeah, and that's when the like hand of the drone.
And that's when the robot touches me, and I turn immediately to like, this is fucking favoritism. Give me your bunk, you piece of shit. You know, like.
Right, and lots of people are watching, and the drone is like, please step away from her, ma'am. Step away, and like, do not make me use force.
And like, I let it take me, but I like
yeah.
pretend that I'm gonna like beat the shit out of her, basically.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
she's not like shouting at you and like she's not getting all upset. She's just kind of standing there like, what is happening to me? Like I'm having a very hard time processing this. And then you kind of get dragged off. Cool. All right. So let's put it on hold there. And what we'll do is when we come back next time, we'll start with everybody back at the business, and I think probably like get ready to go into the action phase. You'll come up with a plan to hit the project. You have some information about the people, and you'll be able to use that to research and carry on from there. So cool.
I'm the best at harm.
I know it wouldn't be an episode of the Sprawl if Elf didn't roll the harm move. So
Yeah, but like at a 10 plus.
out of 10, yeah,
like,
no, you have
every
to ace
time.
it. Yeah.
It's fine. This is going to be a really low violence one. We don't have a killer, an infiltrator. It's fine. You
Yeah,
just get
you've just
stabbed
got-
by a random refugee.
Yeah, refugee with a knife. So you know, I mean
if that's as violent as it gets, I'm happy.
you know what they say about these American refugees? They're dangerous. You don't want to
They're
cross
dangerous.
them.
Violent.
What do you mean as violent as it gets? You twisted a dude's leg like all the way back
It's true,
weird
you did give him in
directions.
cyberbonitis.
And
Yeah, but I wasn't in
fucking-
any danger. I
Yeah,
was
but
like 100
that's
miles
still
away.
violence, right?
Yeah, that was pretty violent. All right, well, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. I mean, we're getting our gang leader back next episode, so
I have
yeah.
no alarm thing. It's not for-
let's say our goodbyes to the cyberpunk future for now. Dave, aka Drez, you want to start us off?
Okay. Hey, hello. I had a lot of fun today. Thanks everybody for playing and also for people coming to watch and stuff. Okay.
All right.
Sorry, I thought that was gonna be followed up by a comment of some kind. I was very frightened.
It's cool.
No, I'm just preparing for my own outro.
Okay, that's fine then. I don't have very much for mine anyway. Working on some cool 5e. Can't decide what the best way of presenting it is at the moment, but keep an eye out for that. You'll hear about it and any future stuff at Dave_the_human on Twitter. Till then, I don't. It's gonna be ages until we play, and I'm sad. That's it. You can talk about that.
Okay.
Your thing.
All right.
Okay.
Relay, aka Andrew.
Yeah, that's me. You can direct interface to my constant live streaming at Commute and Crow on Twitter or twitch.tv/actualfactual. And unlike my character, I am not plotting to overthrow the bonds of,
As far as you know.
I mean, whatever. That's me.
Cool. Uela distracted elf.
Okay, here we go. Let's see if I can do the most sultry outro ever. Are
Sultry.
you ready? Hello, everyone. I'm Distracted Elf. You can find me at twitch.tv/distractedelf or on Twitter at distractedelf. Also, I am an ace detective and apparently I'm very good at getting hurt a lot. I play a lot of other RPGs and you can find them out through my Twitter. Find me there. Ma chère.
Very nice. Thank you, Elf. Cool. Well, thanks for coming, everybody. This has been episode 11 of Roll20 Presents The Sprawl. You can find back episodes if you want to get caught up either in the VODs here on Twitch or if you're watching on YouTube. There is a playlist. There are many playlists. Go and check them out. We got lots of cool content for you to watch. You can also play your own role-playing games, whether The Sprawl or whatever else, by going to roll20.net and signing up for an account if you don't have one already. There are lots and lots of cool shows using Roll20 on Twitch, not just on this channel. So make sure to follow Roll20 as a category and to look around in the tabletop RPGs community. You'll find some other cool shows, some of which contain the humans that you can see here. We will be back in a couple of weeks. I'm in Australia next week for GX Australia. So we'll be back in a couple of weeks, and we will continue our Sprawl adventures with the full cast. I believe Blue Jay, aka Jinx, will be back, and we'll be able to get that going. So I will let everybody know on Twitter. You can find me, Skinny Ghost, on Twitter, and I'll announce when we have dates and everything solidified, but it shouldn't be too long. We will see you next time in the cyberpunk future. Thanks for coming, everybody. Bye.